All right. Hopefully we are back. Can chat please just let us know if we can be heard? Uh, Not too sure if we can be heard. Testing, testing.
Testing, double test, Valeria test.
Can everybody be heard?
It's looking like they can hear us.
That is good. Unfortunately, we won't be able to do the audio, so hopefully everything is fine balancing wise. So apparently I'm super quiet. So let me see if I can. Is Valeria or the game very quiet as well? Because if so, I can just up the volume. Are you able to just say a few things? Okay, everything's quiet, which is good because I can just up the volume then.
Oh. Also, we have 420 viewers right now. I'm gonna screenshot that.
4,200 exactly.
Yeah, it's some kind of 420.
All right. Hopefully, I've just upped it 9 decibels. So hopefully, can I be heard a little bit better now? How am I hearing, chat? How am I hearing? How am I going, chat? Am I sounding good? Am I sounding good? All right, cool. Apparently, I'm good. So you guys can start away.
Yeah, sorry about the tech issues, folks. These things happen with OBS and technology, and well, apologies, but we're back. And honestly, all it means is that the build-up means that we are going to get some serious payoff for some Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Valeria, whenever you're ready, let me know, and I'll start the timer.
Alright, so first of all, because we're playing on New Game Plus, we have to go to chapter select first, so let me just choose the difficulty in something, because this game is the main category is New Game Plus Hard. Alright, so I'm all set, I guess. I just make like a countdown from yes. So 3, 2, 1, time. Alright, so we're starting with prologue, like in every game. And the thing with prologue is it's kinda a thing. It is very annoying, even though it is only 6 minutes long. But it's like mostly or like only RNG, because 50% of prologue is this boss we encounter now, who is called Ray, or in the Metal Gear Rising community, Ray NG. So why is this guy RNG? He's having that head bump attack, and that's what we want, because with this head bump attack, or something similar to that one, we can jump up to his head and we deal a lot of damage. A problem with this is he has a lot of other attacks, like jumping away or making some other weird stuff, which is frustrating sometimes. But all in all, like you get there somewhere, because he has also another few movesets where you're able to blade mode on his turrets. Like the blade mode thing is that part where it looks kind of bluish, I guess. And oh my god, yeah, that's like some very bad RNG, because he's just jumping away and being annoying. That's some Metal Gear Ray moment. He likes a troll, like now really bad, holy shit. Yeah, as I said, prologue is like 6-ish minutes to 7 minutes long. But now we got him to his, like we got his life down, so we're jumping to the other side, and now we're hearing Rules of Nature. Now everyone's satisfied. So yeah, that was the worst part of the prologue, because sometimes it could take you like, it could take you 40 seconds. On the other hand, it could also take you 3 minutes. And in our case, it was like something like 2 minutes, I think, which actually sucks. After every battle, you have these combat results. You can easily skip them away by mashing your buttons. So normally they would like disappear after 5 to 7-ish seconds, I guess. But yeah, with this mashing, it's fine and easy to skip it away. Also, when there are like parts where there's nothing to explain about, there is like don't expect some lore talk from me, because this game is like mostly based on MGS2 and MGS4, and I haven't played any other MG game. So don't judge me for that, thanks. Yeah, so there we have this fucker again. With a difference. This fight is not RNG. At this part we want to threshold him to 80% of his HP. So you just damage him. Now he's like on 80%. Then you wanna cut him once. And why we wanna have him on 80%? Because he's making an annoying rocket attack. And one hit, if I would just make one hit on him, he's like, I will deal him a lot of damage. What I just did, I went to the left side, I hit at him constantly, so he did not make its annoying attack. Yeah, so after this rocket jump section, on this one you have to hold sprint and mash your moving stick forward and backward all the time. So you might make a very big jump to him. And after this part he's also dead. So yeah, prologue is not much with those, is not much with skips or something, or some nice strats. It's just prologue, and prologue sucks in every game. Like, prologue is the most boring part, or at least I don't know a game where prologue is Poggers 3000. But yeah. Also, I'm running this game since November, so not that long. Poggers 3000, yeah.
He's headed for the front of the train. After him.
Alright, at this part we are encountering Jetstream Sam for the first time. And what we wanna do now, we wanna get owned by him, because he has a cooler sword. So in the first part, you just have to tank a full combo, and then attack him to get the trigger for the kind of cutscene. It's like a fake cutscene, because you can't skip it. And after that part, you wanna die. Like, actually. You just stand in front of him, and he's owning you. If he's not doing some bad attacks. And he likes to troll. Oh my god. So yeah, Raiden lost his arm. We're all sad about him. And we wanna see if he's like glowing red, like right now. Then we attack him once, and we're just not moving. Because then with one slash he's killing us, and we're done with prologue. So yeah, prologue is very frustrating sometimes because of RNG. But that's fine compared to this is a 1 hour-ish run. Alright, so anyways, we don't care about prologue. After prologue, Raiden does have a new body. We can see it. We can see it on the GUI. Like, his health bar is completely new. His body is new and something. And we got a new weapon, which is the pole arm. And the pole arm grants us is giving us abilities to jump very high like that. When we combine it with Ripper modes. So the Ripper mode is like the Ripper mode is a state where you get stronger normally, but it's also extending animations. Which means if we make a normal double heavy attack in the air and we combine it with Ripper modes, it will extend the jump animation. And with that one we will jump very high. There are some places where you have to high jump very lot or more or less. Yeah, Ripper mode is goated, that's basically what it is. After that, like with that one we're skipping basically the first half of the level, and also we're encountering Blade Wolf, who is instantly dead. Because for boss, like every boss has its own strat. There are some bosses which are easier, there are some bosses which are not easier. But for like every boss for every boss you use those pincer blades, a weapon from Sundowner. For those who are familiar with that, that is like the scissor I just used on this Blade Wolf thingy. So because it is New Game Plus and we're like maxed level and something, we are a lot stronger than we're supposed to be, which is normal, like because New Game Plus, you're 5 leveled up and something. Alright. Also, if there is something, if there is something I did not explain fully or like not good enough, so just let us know. Oh. Just let us or just let me know. I have chat on my screen and something, and when there is nothing like intense going on, I can also pay attention sometimes. Yeah, also, I just walked past those people, because if you blade modes during Ripper modes, you get a completely OP time slow-mo.
We intercepted call for backup during your last fight. The caller's position
and
is on your solid on...
like the wall for the invisible
no
wall would just disappear there if the second enemy would have walked past through the door, and I just didn't let that happen because of this Ripper blade modes strat. So here it's just making a spinny thing, kill the enemies. And that's a part where you have to be kind of fast and silent, because like Metal Gear is known for its stealth parts and something, or like the main series of Metal Gear, and Rising is more like the hack and slash thing. So because we can't have actual stealth in Rising casual, we kind of bring it in speedrunning. Because you just saw, I just rippered up there behind that guard and he did not see me. And now we are encountering Mistral, the first actual boss in that game. Which is, you bring her down in 3 to 4 attacks. because you just charge your weapon and let it go. And then that's it basically. Alright, and there we wanna reload a checkpoint now. Because it's, yeah, like many games has it, with like some kind of warping. And now she's dead. Yeah, so she's dead now with that one, RO1. So the first mission is done. Is parry the most important mechanics in fight in this run? Alright, so parry is... like, parrying is mostly important in prologue because you have blade mode in this game. And you can just trigger it by holding blade mode. Anyways, in prologue you only can trigger blade mode if you perfect parry an enemy. So when you're past prologue, it's not that necessary. But sometimes, wait, let me think. Actually, is there a place where you have to parry? There are a few places where you have to parry.
UGs are patrolling the sewers. Exercise caution.
But like mostly you don't have to, because you're slicing your enemies apart instantly.
Better take out that UG quick.
Yeah. Anyways, now we're in RO2. Which is mostly stealth parts. Like right here, just walk past the enemy. They have like Ubisoft AI, so they just don't notice you if you jump left from them. Alright, with that one, you just... there's an example. You just slice them apart. And they're dead.
So there's some of us. That's so I make sure you give a good. Heavy UG activity ahead. It is possible they are conducting tests.
Alright, there's another stealth part I just did. The thing with that one is it's a little bit more tricky. And I don't know how I got that, but I take that. I'm totally fine with that. And I'm getting trolled, thanks.
Right. I have determined the approximate location of the lab based on the boy's information. It is marked on your Soliton radar. Big wall projection. Pretty well hidden,
Doctor with a K, the edge. Yeah, the doctor is written with a K because he's German. And doctor with K instead of NC is the German word for doctor. Like it's the same. Alright, so there we wanna distract the enemies. We're just vibing below there. And entering the door, ripping instantly because we keep that ripper for next.
Is it for those yes, perhaps. Jeez. Wait, you said
yeah. We've got any true. I bet.
German is pretty edgy. That's like the first time I read that, but it's fine. That's actually the most enjoyable part in this game, because you're just jumping and vibing. Sadly, it won't last longer than 10 seconds.
That terminal is most likely designed to download mission data and such into the UGs. Let's try using it to access the lab server.
Oh, someone's knocking the door. I literally do not care. So with that one, we also want a Ripper, because we keep it for after the cutscene, so we can slice those peeps. Alright, I just got distracted. Alright, there we encountering is the next mini boss, or like the boss from RO2. Because RO2 doesn't have an actual boss. It just has this one called Grab, and that's it basically. Oh wait, we are buffering. Damn. For that boss, it is like you charge your weapon, and then you charge it a second time, and you have like a millisecond to charge it, because if you do it later, you will get hit by rockets and you will stagger, and you will start staggering or something, which we don't want, so we just make it fast. And with that one, before we end this level, we equip our weapon to polearm, and RO2 is done with that one. And we're starting in RO3. So, and RO3 is, I think that's like my least favorite level, I guess. And the boss from it is also very annoying, because alright, so the first thing, you have to make a double high jump there with a single ledge which is there, and you jump on that single edge. Sometimes you miss that ledge, sometimes your high jump doesn't work, and sometimes you're just, I don't know, just getting flagged or something. Just like that. So that's how it works then. Just make a double high jump, and it should be it. And we're triggering the dialogue here. Anyways, behind of us there are still those enemies wanting to kill us. So that's why after the dialogue we just wanna restart from the last checkpoint, so we can proceed into the next story mission part. So he's making another breakdance attacks. And now there's a... I mean, there's a part, when I saw it the first time, that was a very fucked up part. Because for people who play that game, that is a part where you go into onto a rail station or something. Is it called like that? I'm not sure. It's like a part where you where you're completely in the dark and something. There are enemies waiting for you, and we just don't like them. So there's a strat where we just jump instantly over to that rooftop. Jump on the other rooftop. And also that's the part where you cut the elevator to get down, but we don't have to cut the elevator, we have to, like, I don't know, break the game. And now we're in that place where the annoying rail station is. So there are also a few strats you can make, or like few strats. The strat I am doing is going on the top of this and making some fast movement things. The other strat would just be hug the wall very tightly and just run normally. With that one, we wanna make a checkpoint reset again, because we don't have an opportunity to get out of bounds building, or like we don't have a way to get inbounds. Better said like that.
Enemy ahead, Raiden. Avoid fighting if you can.
Alright, here we're following Boris' advice. We're avoiding fighting. We're just leaving those enemies behind. Those enemies, anyways, we can't leave them behind, so we just rush. So we just rush through them. With our Psy from the boss we are countering in a few minutes. Here we also have to make a pole arm jump, because normally there would be a... Because there is the place where Sam will start his dialogue about Raiden, that he's a bad person, and doo-doo, and yo, you know you actually kill people, forehead. And that's the reason why there's only subtitle and not dialogue, because we just skipped the actual trigger for that one. So there are like two idiots trying to kill you, but you... Okay. Alright, so after that fight, Raiden is emotionally damaged, and we're staggering. We're not able to move fast, we're not even able to attack fast, we're just slow walking to the next boss fight. And the next boss fight would be also the place where we enable Ripper modes, but as I said, much is enough, I think. We're playing on New Game Plus, which means we have everything already. What I also should mention is, for New Game Plus, you have a customized Raiden, which means you have enabled Wicked B, and Wicked B grants you infinite Ripper modes. Normally you have this red bar, it would just run out, but with this wig it won't run out anyway. It just won't run out. This body is, I think it's called red. I think it's just called red body. It's makes you stronger from attacks, if I remember correctly. And there's also the sword I have. It's called the Fox Blades. And this, I think this sword is that sword with the most strats, and that's like, wait. I think that's the sword with the most strats, because like most runners are using, you can, there are like, depending on what sword you're using, there are a few other strats. So yeah, I learned it with Foxblade, and I don't regret it. And at the end, it doesn't make really a difference. Yeah, Foxblade cuts everything instantly. Like you have the opportunity to use Foxblade, HF blades, like the normal one, or the Muramasa blades, which is the weapon from Sam. This guy we see in front of us.
Or is that just what you tell yourself? Fuck you.
Alright, so this part is annoying when you play on PC. This is a 80 seconds dialogue, and you can't skip it on PC. So if you play on console, you have 80 seconds free time save, and that's the reason why me, as an example, I play on PC. That's the reason why I could never get world record if I continue playing on PC, because console just have this 80 seconds free time save. But what we on PC have, we have this part, where the soldier is petting a cat. And actually, that's way better than skipping it. Yeah, parallel to that, this annoying boss is talking about memes and how they're controlling us. I mean, basically he's right, but we don't care because the cat is just better. Also, he's the most annoying boss in the game. I had the most struggles with, even now sometimes.
Now there's a pretty meme. Exquisite. It spared you the burden of all the lives you've taken. Absolved you of guilt when you enjoyed it.
So there's like a very fucked up strat where you have to cancel your first attack, then you charge the second one, then you, it's a very weird thing. So in the first phase, you just want to threshold in on 54% HP, which I just did. Then he's jumping around, he's throwing cars up or helicopters at you.
This one's on me.
And then he's jumping down, and from that on he should not jump up again. Sometimes he is, because Monsoon is turning into meme soon and he's just trolling you. Yeah, on that part you wanna have him on 40%, because if you hit him another time, he's getting staggered and you can throw your EMP grenade on him. And in the last phase, you want to threshold him on 10%. And somehow we fucked it up, because he's not on 10%, he's on 10.3%. Don't ask me how. Somehow we just did not deal that amount of damage that we should. So we just wait until he's attackable, which can take a while.
While we're waiting, do you mind if I jump in and talk a little bit about Haven House?
Yeah, you can talk about Haven House if you want to.
Absolutely. So I just want to let everybody know we are collecting donations for Haven House. Haven House isn't just about end-of-life care. The hospice is often a happy and fun place where young people can live life to the full. Haven House is where families feel safe, at home, and where they can spend quality time together, enabling parents to be parents, not caregivers. Care delivery can take place in a variety of settings, including at home and in the hospice. Care and support is provided by specialist nurses, healthcare support workers, counselors, play specialists, music therapists, physiotherapists, and family support workers. It is a great cause, and if you need even just a little bit more incentive to do it, we still have some bid wars going on currently, as is. We've got a run of Moonstone A Hard Day's Night coming up very, very shortly, and there are still some active bid wars going for both the name of the night and the color of the night. So if you want to see the name or color of the night that you want to see, be sure to get your donations in before that run happens.
Yeah, thanks for saying that, because I think I'm pretty sure there came new people to the stream, and they wasn't completely sure that we're collecting for Haven House and things. I also just read in thread this one thread with throwing another EM grenade. So the thing with that is it's mostly pretty inconsistent because Meme Soon is being a troll. And with that one, Arrow 3 is done. And after Arrow 3, like, the worst part is done, I'd say. Arrow 4 is, it's not that annoying, so we can be fine with that. Arrow 4 is the boss Sundowner. Who will be also very easy.
Awesome. I'm impressed. The brains are in the server room undergoing training. Knock yourself
Yeah,
out.
so Arrow 4 is the World Marshal building, big tower, where we just wanna climb that up to the very top, and that doesn't have much of out of bounds. I think like wait, let me think. Yeah, like around 2, maybe 3, I guess. But it's still like one of them is not really out of bounds, but it's skipping a very much of the actual mission, and that's what you want. So this elevator hacking part is, it's around 60 seconds, maybe longer, and we're just waiting. And me and another person from the Rising community, we were trying to find a skip here, but we came to the conclusion that it might be not possible. Yeah. I'm spamming this attack just to practice, actually, because you need this attack for the end boss very often. Or like you only do that one with the end boss. Alright, and when he starts talking, we can wait in front of the elevator, just talk to him, enter the elevator, and yeah, talking to an elevator, nice.
Use your enhanced AR to search for any unusual heat sources inside
And
the walls.
now we have to cut the wall for destroying the defense system of some kind.
Yes, that should take care of security. Now, head back to the gate. Contact!
So you're doing it just for kicks? I mean, kinda.
No.
It is... you really have to spam it and combine it with blade mode at the end, because blade mode is also cancelling animations, and when you make that attack he has some kind of standing up animation, and with blade mode you cancel that, and that's like a part where you just break your hands.
Do not have to fight every enemy you encounter, Ryder. Try and keep moving.
So yeah, but we'll get to that later.
Nice of them to blow open the door for me, yeah? Idiot.
Like at the very end of the run.
Enemy sighted!
All these sliders.
Alright,
here,
there's the wall run section,
they could be put to
where we
use.
just jump over those sliders, and then we're making the wall run. Don't ask me how. Raiden just don't know what gravity is, so he can jump off a wall on a, so he can jump on a 90-degree vault and land on it again. We might think he's a goat and the wall is not 90 degrees, it is like 91 degrees or 89 degrees, so Raiden can jump and walk on it again. That's canon.
Right away is up now, yeah? Almost there. You should a jet attack.
Oh, there's
Not that I have
great
element now.
So here we want to reload again. You do that very often in that run. Might have noticed that probably. Oh. Alright. Alright, that's the part where you go out of bounds, but not really. So first thing, you wanna cut the feet of this guy off. Why the feet? If you cut off the feet, he will stay alive for a bit before he dies. And with that one we can go into another area where the enemies are not loaded yet, because the fight is basically not done in this area before. So we can just walk past those enemies who are not there yet.
You can reach the server room via the freight elevator just ahead.
Oh. Sucks. Yeah, I mean it's kinda like just every time I have to say you have to cut his feet. It's like it sounds like one of the normal things you do. Like, yeah, you just cut his feet off, and then you just live your normal life.
Look up, Raiden. Another freight platform.
So it's funny saying this. Yeah, so we jump over to that elevator,
Elevator
because the other one is
cannot take much more of this. Jump to that
the other
adjacent
one is
platform.
just exploding, and we wanna charge our enemy attack. He's having his sword into this sword thingy, and he's just charging, and we wanna line up on the yellow line, because we wanna hit on all enemies. I mean, look, even his eyes are closed. This is so enemy for him. And when every enemy is there, we just go bush, and everyone's dead, except this guy. Why? This is... normally, this would be also a place where you go out of bounds, but because I fucked it up, we went out of bounds.
The server room's ahead?
Yes.
Watch if they're
Yeah, I think
yeah.
I might was too slow, but that's fine. Copium. So yeah, because we don't know what we just did 5 minutes ago, we are fighting Mistral again, and we wanna have a specific distance to her, because if we don't, we will trigger that slow-mo effect, and that's not. And if even that one shows up, we're not dealing that amount. We're not even dealing that amount of damage we want to deal. So we just basically two-hit her. And because we forgot what happened 1 minute ago, we have to fight Monsoon again. And aren't we excited to see him again?
And it's fair Monsoon? Well, if it's AI controlled, it should pose no problem for you, yes?
The difference with this Monsoon is he's easier than the other one, and he's not taking that long to kill.
Don't disrupt the students while class is in session.
And now we gotta wait till Sundowner done with his dialogue.
Effective program. Just look how you
And then
turned out.
we're encountering
Of
him.
course, running it in the real world just got a bit too
I fight him.
complicated. Virtually though, no fuss, no muss. Straight right.
So yeah, Sundowner is like
Well,
one of those bosses where everyone said,
they do kill some POWs, some civilians.
Sundowner is one of those bosses where
They enjoy it though. We give their pleasure centers a nice big jolt every time.
words. Sundowner is one of those bosses where most people said he's annoying and he's hard.
Graduation present.
And then and when I like explained them the speedrun strats, it was like, oh wow, it's really that fast. Lord, you have a sword. Politics, fight. I guess. It's, I don't know if it's like kinda the same in MGS,
You can be cooler than that.
but in Rising it is. So we just wanna jump over him because he's doo-doo. Cancel our animation,
Keep your blade away from that shield. Your butt.
and he's dead. Yeah, so normally his shield is explosive if you touch it or if you attack it. But because you're in Ripper modes, and you charge your attack, you are not staggering when you're on your attack. What difficulty? This is on difficulty hard. Because it's the most optimized one. Yeah, new game is launching him just in the air, and then he's dead. Just after 1 minute or something, I guess. And now throwing the thing on him. And he's dead.
It's over.
And that one was RO4. Before we can end RO4 completely, we have to skip dialogue away for the next 20 seconds, at least. Kick him off the building? We're kicking him off the building.
Right.
Yeah,
Hurry.
Right.
I know.
And if he
And they,
What?
if something happens to him,
Oh my god, why?
then we
Why don't I just skip?
Hold up, it's not an off. Mark 7.
that would
right.
Alright, with that one, RO4 is done. Then we're going to RO5, which is backtracking. But we are going to be fine with that one. So we wanna rip her instantly.
that was quite the fall, right?
Normally, like the strats, which is in the guide, you wanna cut the left guy, but I make my own version, going to cut the right guy, because it's easier. For me, at least.
Right.
I can. You just
And
get up. Yeah.
So yeah, we use the box here because it's just after when you mash those combat results away, you jump, and when you jump at those combat results, you will trigger those enemies who are just jumping from the roof, and they will see you, and you're not able to just walk past. You're just not able to walk through them. That is the only combat result we won't skip, because if you wanna skip it, the combat result screen is disappearing, but the wall is staying there longer, which we don't want. At this part there are enemies everywhere, so we're trying to make good lines so we don't get, we won't have any alerts. What the hell was that? What is happening to whatever that was? Why am I kind of staggering? Alright, so I don't know what that was. But yeah, alright, there we wanna box again.
I've located a route with relatively light security. I will mark the heading on your Soliton radar.
That never happened before.
Raiden, I will join you in Pakistan. I will find a way to exit the helicopter. Proceed out of the city. I will contact.
Alright. Now RO5 is done. That is like the second shortest mission. The shortest mission is RO6, which is only the Sam boss fight, where we go memories broke and the truth goes unspoken, and I instantly fucked it up. Sam is also a complicated thing, because when you start fighting with him, he has two kinds of taunting. The first taunt is he's making the T-pose, and then you wanna counter at him, so you wanna counter on him, so he wants to parry your attack. And with another counter, you like offensive counter thingy, you can break his parry. And depending on what taunt you got at the beginning, it's changing slightly. But I just call it T-pose taunt. That T-pose taunt is like the best thing you could get actually. Now we reached RO7, which is the last data, and with the last and second last boss, because you have two bosses in RO7. The first one is MG Excelsus, and the second and the last boss actually is Armstrong. Or better said as, I don't know, American president. Or just senator, but I don't know. So there. That is MG Excelsus. And we just wanna stand in a corner and attack this giant robo spider. So the thing with this boss fight is there's a pretty much monk-ass thing you have to do. You want to get on low HP for the next Armstrong phase. It's risky because you can die there, obviously, but sometimes you will heal, and I died. That is a meme. Alright. So you don't wanna actually die, obviously. You just wanna get on low HP until you hear those beep beep beep. Yeah, dying is actually bad.
What? Raiden?
This is
No.
like a bad joke at this point. I'm saying the line again. I actually think I just won't let myself getting hits because they're also another strat. Oh right, I fucked that one up. Yo, runner throwing once more Raiden airtime. I mean, yeah, this part is pasta completely. Alright, so now we're hearing that beep beep. And now we just don't wanna die. And we sure hope runner won't die a third time. I think now's the last. Alright. So finally we got it. So we cut the second leg off. And after that, we killed Excelsus. We just throw him away first. Yo, first try. Basically, yes. Alright, so now Excelsus is completely done. And now it's the first phase of the end boss called Armstrong. For that one, you just threshold him for the cutscene, and that's the reason where we wanna get owned. Because we're triggering the next story section of this. It's also possible to hit him that much until he's making an attack where he's like, where you get into that phase anyway, but it's like it would take super long because in that place you lose all of your weapons, because in a cutscene before he broke your sword, so with that one you have no weapons. That's the part what I was saying. I'm practicing this at the elevator. This is where where Raiden kicked his sword into the air. So, and you combine it with a animation cancelling. You don't wanna hit him below 160%, and now it's beginning. It's pretty annoying at the beginning, but with a time you get this. Alright, there's a thing where you can jump into him so he wouldn't jump up, but I don't know the exact lineup for it. So that's a thing I don't get every time, sadly. With that one, he's making his last attack, so we just stand in front of him. Making the last aim tests on his hand because he wanna punch us, but we say bonk. And we say bonk again. I mean, yeah, so the thing with this bosses is it's annoying to make this attack. Like, if you want to practice this boss fight, it's annoying. Time. That was Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, New Game Plus Hard.
GG's, very well done. That was an awesome run. Super high octane. That was a lot of fun to watch. Very, very well done.
Yeah, it might be more fun to watch if I won't fuck every second thing up, but I think that's a part of every run, so we're fine with that, and it's for charity for children. So I'm fine. I'm glad I could be here.
Yeah, you never want like a perfect run. You always want a couple mistakes in there just to kind of keep things interesting. You know what I mean? But that was a great run. That was super entertaining. So thank you for sharing it with us.
I mean, it's just time save for the next run, Copium. Am I right?
Exactly. Time save for the next run.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Do you have any shout-outs you wanted to give? Like any shout-outs, or did you want to plug yourself?
I do have some shout-outs.
Go for it.
One shout-out is like one of my friends who were cheering for me all the time and were like trying to calm me down before I started this run, such as Yuna69, Caphilius Mikosagi, Intoner Alice, Tuna Alert, Azo Mash, and also Bai. There's a SO comment. All right, that's nice. Yeah, that's all of my social media and something. If you want chat, you can just follow me somewhere and something. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed the Metal Gear Rising Revengeance 2B cosplay speedrun.
Thank you very much for that. And apologies for the error that we had. Still baffled by it, but yeah, it looks like the next runner is all set up and ready to go. So short intermission, and we'll be back